Uh, Sorry, I have the most awful flu, and I just want to do a quick vlog to get it out there because it's going around my head, and I think it would be better if I just put it out there as one does in the universe and ask for God to transmute it into having some kind of faith in the universe, that the universe will make it all right at the end of the day, as it tends to. Um, I am still very upset over the Sienna Miller accusations that sit online about me, that I rung her GP. I'm very upset that the police weren't involved at the time, give the police a chance to investigate and do it properly rather than just, I don't know, I've never heard of this before, that, somebody can just be accused of a crime. It's sit out there on the internet, and I absolutely didn't do it. I've never heard of that before, actually. I'm beyond anger about it, beyond anger, sitting here in that situation. And somebody came, they supposedly making out that they're a bona fide profile, but they're not. And they were saying, oh, you're being like Alex Jones denying Sandy Hook. Firstly, being in the newspaper being pregnant isn't Sandy Hook. Nobody died. Secondly, it's really a good idea to find out who actually committed a crime of ringing a GP. If a GP was wrong, if the GP was wrong, then all calls are recorded to such places. So that's out there. And I'm not going to rest until I've made the formal request from the GMC that that be fully investigated. Because if there's a dopey ass GP out there that any Tom, Dick, Harry rings up and asks people's business, surely they're not compos mentis. Surely they should be struck off. Surely they could give somebody wrong medication. So I'm investigating that. I'm not going to let it go. I might let it go when I'm dead, but before that, I'm not going to let it go. I'm going to keep this short just to say how angry I personally am. Is there anything I can do about it apart from spiritual reversals? A spiritual reversal is where you carry out a ritual and then you return energy if bad energy, has been heaped upon you. We're not here just to be victims of other people. We're not here just to, oh, you haven't got much money, so here we are, you take this, you take that. We're not in the medieval times. We all have access and portals to entities, whatever entities we want to get ourselves involved with. And I certainly do. I'm a practiced magician. I've been studying a long time, and I'm a powerful psychic. Indeed, when I worked as a private investigator, I actually worked as a psychic, which made me so good. Sadly, the men in the business cannot face that. They've spent ever since trying to tug me down. Unfortunately, I was too aware of these people and I didn't carry out anything illegal, but seems it doesn't stop them from making false accusations. As far as I knew in life, that if you think somebody's committed a crime, you go to the police, you report them, and then they investigate. You don't just smear them online for something they absolutely didn't do. But as I said, the spiritual rituals, to go back to take part in the spiritual rituals, to even out the energy has been falsely heaped on me. I do not like it. I was thoroughly and utterly abused from this individual. Apparently works for the BBC. I absolutely find it hard to believe that the BBC has hired this individual that thoroughly, utterly abused me. Got everything he wanted out of me, yet still abused me. I don't know whether he's suffering from some kind of weird infatuation, whether he has a mental illness, but I'm suing the BBC for hiring somebody that would act like that. In all my days of being a journalist, I've never come across an individual that would act in the way he did towards me. It's utterly appalling. Even leaving out the fact that I didn't do it, I'm a woman, I'm a single mother, and for him to just think he can barrage me and hound me in that way to push me into an injury is absolutely unforgivable. Absolutely unforgivable. And I really can't believe it that someone like that even exists because it has nothing to do with journalism. I don't even know what it's got to do with. I can't even work it out. The only thing I can work out is this chump has fallen in love or thinks himself to be in love, to think I've apparently, according to him, hurt Sienna Miller. He's fallen in love and thinks, I know, I'll be the avenging angel and I'll psychologically batter the shit out of this woman. You're totally wrong. I didn't do it. I swear on my beloved son getting a tumor, a brain tumor of cancer, that I did not go anywhere near Sienna Miller's GP. The first thing when Rebecca Brooks contacted me to investigate not a pregnancy termination, my first thought as somebody who's spiritually well connected is not going near someone like that. Someone like that if anybody goes anywhere near them, they absolutely clatter them. You think I can't tell that? And the idea that I absolutely didn't go near them and yet I'm still getting the barrage, almost as if you dare work for the Sun. Well, look and try and read my book, Searching for Daddy, and work out how I got to work for working for the press. I was trafficked in by Phil Hall and I had the most worst treatment that I was with those people for over a decade. The most horrific story that I ever saw was my story, was my life-ruining story. But nobody seems to give a damn about that. Nobody seems to have wanted me to get any compensation. I don't care, stuff your compensation. I don't need it. I have a God. I don't need to get down on that level. I believe in God. I believe in God rights all wrong. God gets down to false accusations. Those that find it great to make false accusations will have false accusations made against them, or will feel that kind of upset in their lives that they heap on other people. My son, he hasn't had a holiday in years. He hasn't had heating. We won't have a Christmas. Doesn't matter about me, but it matters about him. My reputation has been wholly and utterly ruined, and all because someone feels like it. And somebody comes along and says, I can't say ouch. I can say whatever I like. False accusations make me absolutely sick to my gut when it's done to anybody. That it's been done to me and affects my child, it absolutely appalls me. That somebody claiming to be from the BBC would cause me a psychological injury horrifies me, and I'm taking legal action against the BBC. It's already been agreed, and they will be hearing from my lawyer before Christmas. She's reliably informed me that that will be before Christmas. And if people think this isn't a matter of interest for the news, yeah, I'm afraid that there's a lot of journalists circling this, and truth will out in the end, because there's a little tape sitting there. This GP, there'll be a little tape sitting there in his office that says, has anybody contacted them or not contacted them? That evidence is there. Why wouldn't that evidence not be there? And what I want to know is if somebody was rung up, apparently they were rung up with, oh, have you requested the files? Hang on, what files do you have at a GP's office? There aren't any files. There aren't any files. So I don't like this. I don't like being a victim. Don't like it, not going to sit in it, and going to fight back in spiritually, actually, because that is my forte. And that's what I choose. That's what I choose, to fight back in that way. I'm not just going to sit here and suck it up. And I don't understand how people can think, yeah, I'm going to go happy and go to Prada and buy loads of dresses while a child is suffering from it. It doesn't work that way. Energy doesn't work that way. Do you understand? Energy, you have to be fair with energy. You can't go and nick money off a little old lady and think, yeah, God's going to really give me a nice time with this money. God isn't going to give you a nice time with that money. Do you understand? Understand how the universe works. Don't be dumb.